everybody! My name is Bunny!
And I'm Jessica's Fluffing Unicorn K.
And today it's
Creepy Pasta. Feta edition. That was kind of...
So we're making that a feta pasta, not like the one off in
TikTok. This is our own version. Bunny, you're dirty.
Freaking flour.
This is what we get for cooking. So we prepped everything prior to making this video because last time we made a 40-minute video because we didn't realize how long it was going to take to cook. And so, as you know, we prepared everything. And
you could have been doing that while I was sitting here cooking.
Well, no, I just wanted to put one set up. Anyways, so we prepared. What the hell is the word? Prepared.
Prepared.
That's the word. Prepared. Okay, I can't say it today, but that's okay. Oops. I thought it looked good. I guess it does. Oh, kind of. I missed a piece. I got another one here. Okay, so what are we doing now, Bunny? Come on.
We have our pasta, broccoli, red peppers. We are going to be adding extra broccoli, and I fried off some chicken with some Sazón spice and some garlic pepper and garlic. We put it in a little bit of oil, fried it up with some flour. So now we're going to add the pasta with its water.
Yeah, there's some
water.
water.
How much water is in there? Maybe not. I will just add the pasta, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I was going to say I got an extra bowl over here. And we're just going to add the pasta. Because you want a little bit of the water to help kind of keep the sauce thick. Whereas there's all the starches, so it's a natural thickener. As some of you do know. I know. Which one did you want to use? The tomato basil or the Mediterranean herb?
Which one did I like?
You like both of them.
I'll have to test them again and see. Okay, so all the pasta?
Yep.
Okay.
Here's this.
Hold on.
That's the tomato basil. It's a juicy package. And this one, Mediterranean herb. Tomato basil order? What we're going to do is pull down the front.
Oh, do you want me to put this in first? Nope. That'll go in last. Alright.
Let me use your fork to kind of chunk it in here. Oops. That's okay. So we're just kind of drop it in like a pot here. Oops. Oh, the big piece. The big boy.
So since this is a tomato basil, it will kind of be like the TikTok pasta, but minus the tomato, because this stuff has very little sugar in it, which is a good thing for me.
You want me to just use the whole block?
No.
Half of it, okay?
Yeah. Because it's already starting to get...
Okay. There we go. Half of the block is in. Drop this back in like it's hot. We'll have to try the pasta salad with the other one. Kind of keep it tight. Put that over there so it's over the way. Oh, look at that, you guys. That looks good. Oh man. There is some water in this. Do you want me to put this in? Tastes weird?
Go ahead.
And we'll take dishes in later.
I don't really taste the feta.
No?
Mm-mm.
Maybe if we season it a little bit.
I don't taste the feta at all. There's like no feta taste.
Well, somebody did say it makes it milder.
There's like no cheese taste at all.
Well, do you want me to add the rest of the feta?
Can you go kind of melt it down somehow?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to pause this really quick and we will be right back. Alright. Now that I've kind of melted it down to a usable consistency, we are adding it.
I really thought this was gonna melt like regular cheese, so I didn't even think twice about,
Okay, so today, you guys, we will be discussing the possession of David Glatskill and how it is related to the murder of David Bono.
Nope.
Wait, what was his name? Sorry. I know his last name's Bono, but the murderer was Arn. Oh wow, I'm not good at this.
Cheyenne Johnson.
Yeah, Arn Cheyenne Johnson. I do apologize.
Okay, I think it's done.
Alright, you guys, so let's get ourselves served up here. Some nice pasta.
My fat ass on.
And, just give me a minute. I'll move this back. I'll move this out of the way so we can pull that in between us.
Oh, I ripped it.
Oh, shoot. Mom's not very happy.
Jesus Christ. I do everything bad.
Okay. And then we'll get this case on the road. There you go. I'm kidding. She's over there eating salad and I'm just eating.
So, Arn, Cheyenne Johnson was 19 when he murdered Mr. Bono.
Well, we'll tell you what is wrong. I thought his name was Brian Bono.
No, it's like Bob or something.
It's not Bob. Give me a minute so I can bring up the case.
Right there. And it's down at the bottom.
Okay, I'm on.
Mr. Bono's name is down at the bottom. Keep going. Oh, it just says Bono. Bono died. Yeah, they're just calling him Bono.
Alan Bono.
Oh, Alan Bono.
Okay, so the name of the guy that was killed was Alan Bono. Just give me a second here.
So we're gonna tell you guys the story of David
Glatskill
and then go into the murder of Mr. Alan Bono.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to start out?
You want to?
Okay. It had begun last summer. Cheyenne Johnson and Bonnie Glatskill found a house in the country where they were looking for. It was my little dream house, Glatskill says now. It was yellow with olive green shutters, set far back into the woods on an old Howesville Road near the town of Brookfield, where her family lived. There was a waterbed in the master bedroom, left there temporarily by the previous tenants. and everyone took turns laying on it, laughing at the strangeness of its undulating surface. David Glatskill wouldn't try it, an overweight 12-year-old with black hair that fell tousled into his dark eyes. He stayed away from anything that might make him queasy, but later in the day, when he was alone in the room, he felt as if something had pushed him onto the bed. He saw an old man in torn plaid shirt and blue jeans, a man with coarse, ruddy skin, a man who said to him, "Beware."
David Glasky saw the man.
Glatskill.
Glasgow saw the man again that night. Only then he looked different. His skin was burned and black-looking. He was barefooted this time. David described him as having feet like a deer. Or so he told his family as they sat around the kitchen table later that night after the second visitation. I believed him instantly. His mother, Judy Glasgow, says, I read about supernatural, and I had heard the Warrens lecture when he first explained it. I thought it was a ghost.
Ed and Lorraine Warren didn't think it was a ghost. Ghosts, after all, are small potatoes in the supernatural scheme of things. Sad little spirits that somehow haven't crossed over properly, lingering in the maternal world, close to old associations, sometimes mischievously, rarely malevolent. No, the Warrens knew right away that this was different, that the spirit infesting David Glatskill was inhuman and evil. Right away, I knew there was something to this. I felt like a good fisherman when he knows where something on the line. When he knows there's something on the line. Remembers Ed Warren. The pieces of the puzzle just fit very, very easily. Lorraine Warren says.
Early.
Oh, very, very early. Lorraine Warren says.
The Warrens heard stories about David Glasgow when his parents called them for help 12 days after the boy started seeing strange visions. By then, Judy, we were living in hell. The boy writhed in his bed at night, shouting obscenities and screaming. He pulled at invisible hands that appeared to be choking him, flinching in pain, and from invisible knife wounds. He attacked me quite a lot, says Judy. He spit at me, kicked at me, squeezed me in the bust. He attacked his grandmother with a knife. The family took sleeping during the day, stealing themselves away at night ahead, when it would take all of their strength to keep him on the bed.
They are a tight family, the Glatskills, keeping close to themselves, not much given to friendships outside the immediate circle. Soon it was as if they were drawn into the net of David's terror, keeping dark vigils on the dead of night, listening to his tales, his dark visions of the entity in which they all refer quite fairly as the Beast. Judy Glatskill and the Warrens say that there were warning signs when the Beast is about to take possession of David. His head lowers to his chest, they say, and then he slowly lifts it. When he does, his features have contorted into a snarl, and there's nothing to be seen but the whites of his eyes. And then he laughs, a hideous laugh. They all say that they've seen a toy dinosaur belonging to one of the Glatskill boys walking around on its own accord. They say that the plates have levitated and rocking chairs have flown through the air. Books move mysteriously away that a cake pan floated straight to the ceiling and left a sticky testimony on the kitchen ceiling. They say the Beast has called up David's has called up David's brother on the telephone and warned him to beware.
That's weird.
Right.
And Debbie said that she had been clawed by a mysterious green hand raising from the floor, attacking her in her bed at night. She has seen the faces of the beast. I seen a face with jagged teeth and coal black eyes. Its horns and pointy ears, she said. Flashlights appear on the wall, and then I heard my mom Cheyenne calling my name. My mom and Cheyenne calling my name. Excuse me.
Oh.
There were times, though, when the force of evil seemed very Mendu, giving away their choice of harassing the Glasgow's. Judy described how her clothes are dumped out of her dresser and her cosmetics thrown on the floor. They're punks. That's what they are, she said. I'll tell them to go back to where they came from. Judy refused whatever it was afflicting her son because the current number of spirits dwelling in David is 43 demons, 2 devils, up from 42 demons and 1 devil when possessed first began. The family learned the actual number of demons bent on driving David around the bend, said the Warrens, when the priest from St. Joseph's Parish performed several deliverance and what the Warrens referred to a lesser exorcism on the boy in the efforts to drive David from the forces. Last summer, a mass was said in the Glasgow's house to help bring peace to the
Belligered family. No priest had performed a formal exorcism on the Glasgow boy because the bishop of Bridgeport had so far declined to authorize such a rite. He had to decline to let the priest involved in the Glasgow case talk to the priest, so that when the Warrens and the Martin Minella tell you that the priests are being followed home by demons who cause blood to appear in their beds and levitate things in the rectory, the road to confirmation of such intriguing details become increasingly harrowing. The policy is not to speak to the press at the time, said Friar Francis Greco, Director of Communications for the Diocese of Bridgeport. It's crazy. It would be true of any situation of the pastoral nature. We want to uphold the dignity of the individual person, Greco sighs patiently. He has been through this drill before when they're talking about exorcisms. You're talking about the church confronting the evil spirit and the evil one. You're talking about doing battle in the name of the church. One of the reasons a formal exorcism has not been authorized for the Glasgow boy, Greco says, is that the family has not consented to the physiological test church considered necessary. It's a delicate situation, Greco says. In case of this nature, you don't presume anything through prayer and through observation. You make a decision. A lot of things has been explained through psychologically, and yet we can't explain everything rationally. Can I get the salt?
Can I have the Parmesan?
Oh, yeah. Hold on, guys. We're taking a quick second.
We're looking for a balance to those who do exist, those things that happen, but not that often. Judy explained why there is no exorcism. She took her son to the Bridgeport psychological no the oh
Psychiatrist.
psychiatrist, and she says who charged her $75 an hour, then announced that the next time he wanted to see the whole family, it's up to the church officials to arrange the psychological test that would satisfy the requirements that just want to stick a needle in my child, she said. There's no way in hell I'm going to let him do that. Judy did not understand why it's so hard for others to accept what is happening to her son. If people honestly believe in Jesus Christ and our Lord, they have to believe in the devil, she said. Besides the world being controlled by the devil, look at it. Drugs, prostitution, gambling, and violence. The devil is in charge of it all. Cheyenne Johnson believed David from the beginning. He was living with the Glasgow's then, and from the beginning he tried to stay up at nights with the family, helping pin David to his bed. Then the unseen force tried to toss him around the room, touching his crucifix to the boy's forehead. Then the demon seemed to be possessing him. From the beginning, he challenged the demonic spirit to take him instead of David.
He wanted to do what he could to help David, Debbie Glatzel said. He said, I'm not afraid of you. I will fight you, I said. Oh my God, Cheyenne. Why did you say that? He said, I don't like to see your brother like that. You're laughing at you. They're laughing at you, David Glatzel reported from the Demon Central.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weird. In the fall, Debbie and Cheyenne went back to the house, which they had never moved, and stood for a moment looking out the window. There he is, said Arn. The beast. There he is. Cheyenne Johnson stood there, growling, Debbie says. He bared his teeth and stared straight ahead. I knew right away what it was, Debbie said. Debbie Glatzel. She slapped Johnson once, and there was no reaction. She slapped him again, and this time he came around. I told him that it had gone into him now, said Glatzel. He goes, oh my God, oh no.
This wasn't the only time she noticed her boyfriend acting strange. She said Johnson had shown signs of possession on 5 separate occasions. Glasgow can't talk about them all because they are being saved for court. But there was one time when Arnie got up in the middle of the night, woke her up, staring at her, and said, go to bed. I thought, oh no, another one. Right, he's doing it again. At this point, reports Glasgow, Johnson got up and hit the old trunk that there was in her room, and then said something like, hell. And there was a time that Johnson accompanied the Glasgow family to Mass and suddenly yelled out, you son of a bitch! I want to get out of here. And then there was the day that Debbie Glasgow heard 2 voices coming from Johnston's mouth the same time. And that was the day that Alan Bono died. And now we will go into the day that Alan Bono was killed.
Okay. On February 16, 1981, Johnson called in sick to work at Right Tree Service and joined Debbie at the kennel where she worked, along with his sister Wanda and Debbie's 9-year-old cousin Mary. Bono, the couple's landlord and Debbie's employer at the kennel, bought the group lunch at a local bar and proceeded to drink heavily. After lunch, the group returned to the kennel. Debbie then took the girls to get pizza, but they insisted they return quickly, anticipating trouble. When they returned, Bono, intoxicated at this point, become agitated. Everyone left the room at Debbie's arguing, except Bono, who seized Mary and refused to let go. Johnson headed back to the apartment and ordered Bono to release Mary. Wanda encountered the following events to the police.
Mary ran to the car as Debbie attempted to mitigate the situation, standing between the 2 men. Wanda tried in vain to pull Johnson away, but Johnson, growling like an animal, and drew his 5-inch blade,
pocket knife,
and stabbed Bono repeatedly. Bono died.
several hours later.
According to Johnston's lawyer, Bono had suffered 4 or 5 wounds, mostly to his chest, one that stretched from his stomach to the base of his heart. Johnston was discovered 2 miles from the scene of the murder and was held
on bail for $125,000.
So everybody knows about the case and everything, so we didn't really go into it much. But what I found funny is you can watch a haunting. It's called the devil that
Dwells
dwells within, and it'll tell you the story about David's possession.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie, The Conjuring 3, it's called The Devil Made Me Do It, is the story about Johnston.
Yeah, and did you tell about the new movie that's coming up next month, I think, or in a couple months about this, or was it a different case that it's a new movie to the Conjuring set?
Did you just hear what I said?
I didn't realize you said that.
I said it was The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Okay, sorry.
Which is coming out in June.
My head was just kind of skipping over. Yeah, so that was basically it. Like, it's crazy. And I believe, I forgot to look it up, but I believe he was found guilty on accounts of second-degree murder or manslaughter.
First degree.
Oh, sorry, first-degree manslaughter.
He was supposed to be in jail from 10 to 20 years, but they let him out in 5.
Yep.
On good behavior.
Which, we still don't know if he was possessed while he was in jail. I mean, it's stuff that they didn't kind of show in this or not.
It was hard as hell finding the story of David.
Yeah, it really was.
They tell a lot about Cheyenne, but not so much about David. I mean, I watched David's case on A Haunting, but I didn't know that was connected to this.
I didn't either.
So, pretty much, yeah. But, I hope you liked our video today.
And if you'd like us to do more creepypasta,
let us know in the comment section.
Yes, let us know.
So,
thank you for liking,
commenting, and subscribing.
Also, remember to turn on your notification belly button so you know when we do live streams or upload a new video.
Which reminds me, tomorrow we will go back to our scheduled live stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
It's Saturday. Also remember, my name's Bunny.
And I'm Jessica's Fluffing Unicorn K.
And we are
Bitchin' Out.
Bye. Creepy
pasta.